All right, guys, so today I'm going to show you how to run the Bluetooth microphone in the proper place to actually install the microphone so you get the best audio quality for the person on the other end of the phone. Now, we have our Bluetooth mic. Typically, most mics will be about a good 12 feet long, if not a little bit longer than that. And they'll have a mount, a little clip, basically. And these clips just snap right onto the mic. It's provided by the manufacturer of the stereo that you purchased. And there's a couple different ways of doing it. To be honest with you, I prefer mounting the mic right behind the rearview mirror, right on the headliner. So you clip it on the headliner and you're running your cable through the headliner and then down the A-pillar of the vehicle. Now, some people might think it's better to mount it on top of the steering column or in the corner here of the headliner. It's really personal preference, and what I found to be the best is mounting it right above the rearview mirror, because you're actually able to catch the voice from everybody in the vehicle as well, and you're away from the road noise of the A-pillar if you ever roll down your window. Because these little microphones actually have little repeaters on the side that will pick up almost everything that you say in the car. So we want to keep it in a nice isolated area to where it's not picking up any wind noise. So we're going to go ahead and mount it here right above the rearview mirror. So I'm going to turn the rearview mirror down. Now what you want to do is either get a good hold on the headliner and pull it down a tad bit. You can also use a pry tool to grab the headliner and hold it for you, whatever you like to do. I just like using my hands because I get more of a feel for things. And we're going to take the mic and basically bring the cable around so it stays nice and hidden on the hook here. And we're going to hook it onto the headliner, just as so. And we're going to slide it on over with your fingers. Dead center. So I usually use the mirror mount as reference. Now we got all this cable left over. Obviously we're not going to leave it running around the vehicle like this. So now we got to hide it and actually tuck the wire. So I usually start at the very end where the A-pillar's at. Pull the headliner down just a tad. Get caught up in there pretty good. So now all we have left is this portion of the cable to tuck. So you can take your pry tool or your hands, pull down the headliner just a tad bit, and you're going to tuck the wire into the headliner. Now the parts that get tight, you're going to want to use your pry tool. So now you got it all nicely tucked. All you'll see is the actual mic. Now one thing I want to advise you guys, be very careful when running the mic cable. These are very, very sensitive to be able to be pinched easily. So when you're running in an A-pillar like this, make sure you loom it across the factory wires that are going to your dome light, sunroof, etc. That way when you clip it back on, see these clips right here? The mic doesn't get pinched. Because if it gets pinched, what happens, the mic won't work, it won't pick up, and you'll get a lot of background static. So make sure you loom it with the factory harness, and you'll be golden. So we can do that with a couple zip ties. I'll show you guys right now. And we only really need 2 to 3 zip ties. You don't need anything excessive. Now the wire can't be pinched in these panel clips here. Just ran against the factory loom. Perfect. Now once you shoot the wire down, you got the entrance of the dash if you remove the A-pillar. If not, some vehicles you can even peel the weather stripping back. On this vehicle we couldn't, but if you pull the weather stripping down, you can actually tuck and then push the weather stripping back. Now once it falls into the dash, you're basically going to be routing this cable across the steering column inside the dash over to your location of the radio. As you see here, we already routed the cable through the dash right there. Now obviously we want to make sure we wrap up this cable so it doesn't get pinched on the inside of the dash. So typically what I would do is actually take my car stereo harness, plug it in, and then make sure I just throw another zip tie with the microphone attached to the wiring harness of the vehicle.